Hello and welcome to a new video. So again, something new today. We are not going to work on a photo manipulation, but we are going to be sketching roughly and explaining a bit of how to render. So we're just trying to keep this one a bit simple, because it's the first one that I'm doing when I'm actually explaining all the different stages, different steps when you want to do a render from scratch. Obviously it will be very rough, so we will try to cover something very quick. So we will start with quite a tricky, we already started with quite a tricky angle of a car. So I'm not going to go through the basics this time, like angle, perspective and all of these, because we'll try to keep this the aim of this video, of this one, more of a rendering type. So let's just go ahead and make some rough lines, like let's just set up some basic lines of the car that we would like to render. So I have no idea what the hell this car is, so as you can see I'm just going very random, but I'm trying to keep you know, like a 1 point perspective, so everything should kind of follow this line. Now if you want to cover all these sketching, I mean this is like the basic, right? So if you want to go through how to sketch, how to draw with all these perspective things, and you know, there is some different tutorials around on the internet, but I would gladly give a recommendation to one of the books that actually really help many people who wants to start. It's from Robertson, that you will be able to get the book. You can get the how to draw, how to render, but when it comes to the how to draw, it's very helpful. I will leave a link to the how to draw in the description below, so you will be able to check it out. He also has this how to render, so it's worth checking out. So as you can see now, we're kind of rushing through the sketching of this one. So very rough baselines, just to, you know, get an idea of what we are going to go for. So we did set some very rough lines, like I'm saying, and from there we have a new layer on which we will be creating some more clean lines. So it's not really that necessary at this stage, because yeah, we want to actually do a render instead, so focus this on the render side. So anyway, let's just go ahead and make some quick lines as well, just to, you know, give some better shapes of the car. I have other videos planned, of course, as usual, some photo manipulation, photo bashing, like I usually post, and I'll be covering some other tutorials soon on how to work on the background, how to, you know, different parts. A lot of people have been asking me some different things, so I will try my best to cover everything as soon as I can. Now we are exploring a bit with the shape of the design here, which is really not necessary if we want to just focus on the rendering, but I mean, it's good. We have something cooler to render, so why not? Some headlights, very random. Well, I guess we'll just find a new design while rendering. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and start putting some tones down. Let's just reduce the opacity of this one as well. So we start with, we will try to keep everything very basic, because a lot of people ask if there's some specific brushes. Truth is, you can actually do something already really awesome with the normal brushes, so let's just go ahead and keep the normal brushes for this short tutorial. So you can see that I do like to just use my normal brush and use the eraser to just correct the shape, which is a fairly easy technique. You can also use your pen tool, you can use your lasso tool to make some selection, like some selection instead of using your eraser. It's also pretty much easy as a technique, but I do like the freehand styling because it gives quite some freedom, at least I think so. So I like to keep it very rough and freehand. So you can see now we are setting some darker spots, some darker areas of the car. Now we will be making some areas where we can put the car's wheel. So again, it's very rough. We are going to just try to wrap this up very quickly. So remember that keep an eye on perspective, the 1 point in this case. I'm not being entirely exact here with these wheels, for example, but you know, just to give you an idea. Now I'm trying to use my lasso tool to set up some basic window shape, which we will make darker as well. Always remember to create some new layer, because it always helps you to categorize where you have what parts, what shades, you know, always an advantage. So we'll be playing with a lot of our lasso tool from now on to try and get some cool shapes, because we did say that we will try and you know, give it some shape, give it some design, as long as we are rendering. So let's just go ahead and do that. And I do have a bit of a lag on this PC here. Really need to move on to something a bit better, because the recording software is a bit demanding. I'm not sure what's going on, but you know, sometimes you might notice some lag, sometimes you might not, or you might not at all. Well, we'll see. Anyway, so as you can see, we are giving some quick shape with the lasso tool. I'm just blocking all of these with a brush itself, because later on we'll just do a lasso around or pen tool around the car and just delete everything that we don't need. It's going to be fairly easy, because of the outline of the car will be quite simple. I still don't know what this car looks like right now, so anyway, it's a pretty easy angle to work with. I mean, I know it looks a bit tricky, but I think it's just a matter of what you get used to. I used to sketch a lot of cars in this angle, so I kind of like it as well. I'm pretty sure maybe like it might be a bit more difficult for many of you to get it right at this angle, but you know what, practice makes perfect, so I would really like you to give it a shot. So from now we have some very rough lines, some rough edges of everything. Like this windshield looks super weird. but we will be fixing everything as long as we progress. Now again, we will try to make this video as short as we can. Let's just give some headlights as well. We might change this later on, but I think this design kind of it's design. It's just some random shapes at the moment. It kind of works on this whole shape of the car. I just leave it like that for now. You can also notice that I am always also going not really using the pen tool here, because to me the lasso tool is a tool that actually gives you quite some freedom in quick exploration. You can easily create some shape and easily visualize some design. The pen tool is more of a you know, precision kind of tool. So there you go. We have some different shape easily done. With I'm using a hard brush here, the normal one, very default, because I don't want you guys to think that it's not possible to do what I'm doing, because I have some custom brush, which is sometimes helpful but not entirely necessary, because you can obviously do the same thing that I'm doing with the normal brush. So that's the reason why I'm trying to keep everything simple. So we always have to swap between our hard brushes and our soft one. For example, if you want to do you know, like a highlight here, the soft brush works much better, obviously. Another big question that I usually get is how do you know where to put the highlights? How do you know where to put the shadows? I'm not actually getting everything on the spot here, like spot on, but it's something that you actually learn in time. The more you sketch, the more you render. It's something that actually comes naturally, because you will be observing a lot of cars in time. While you draw, while you sketch, you design, you will be observing how light reacts on any shape. Now, how can you learn a bit faster when it comes to these light, shadows, highlights and everything? There's different ways of learning, of course, and one that I think that I personally used to do is I used to buy a lot of toy cars, which can tend to be very, very helpful. They always lie around on my desk, and sometimes you just need to take a torch or your mobile phone or whatever, just use your flashlight and play around with it and see how light works on these toy cars. It's something very, very helpful actually. So this is something that I really recommend to do. Observation. So go ahead and give it a shot. So we're at 15 minutes something right now, I guess. So we'll try to push it a bit more, add some more highlights to the car. We will try to add some more details in a moment. Sometimes I find it useful to merge some of the layers, so I can, if I'm sure about a part that I already done, and I'm sure I can go ahead and merge it, so it looks like if I can merge a part just for it to just make it easy to tweak the shape later on, that's what I mean. I just go ahead and merge it. It's not really recommended for beginners because you might get a bit confused, but it's also nice to take a challenge from time to time. So just go ahead and, I mean, practice a lot, and sometimes merge, sometimes maybe keep a backup of everything, just, you know, just in case you make a mistake, you would like to restore something, just keep a backup. I'm not keeping any backup on this one because, well, I'm just trying to make this quick and just trying to explain some basic of this rendering. So you can see that we actually came from this to this in a very quick amount of time. So this is helpful because I use a lot of like I said, I use a lot of pen tool, rough brushing, just to give some shape. I'm pretty sure that even though I am explaining these little things, there might be quite some question. So please go ahead, if you have something that you'd like to ask, just leave your question in the comments below, and if something that I will try to be active on these tutorial videos, of course, and answer your questions. I have no idea about the car yet. I'm not sure it really needs something. It's just for teaching purposes. So let's just say that it's something. It's inspired by quite some cars. If you notice some similarities, just go ahead and point it out. It will be cool to see what you guys think. Again, I'm using some white to just block some shape and create some different ones. Bit of sculpting if you want. It's very helpful. So you can easily get some different shape. But of course, let's try not to make something ugly. We don't have any plan for this design, so obviously we're going very random, which is okay. But if you have to actually design a car, just make sure you prepare everything at once. Don't just go random, because it's not gonna end up well. There's a lot of people who think that, yeah, I will design a car today, I have to design a car for a client, and they just start randomly. It's a really bad idea. You always have to plan what you have to do, unless you're doing something for fun on your own. Unless your brief says, hey, you know what, just do something random for me. It's not a good idea. So always have a plan, always have what you need to do in mind before you move on to the process of designing. Anyway, designing is fun. So right now this is more of a rendering than designing. So you can see that still going very random. Maybe we'll just add the A-glass at the back. Does have a bit of Koenigsegg windshield feeling. I really like them. So why not? So you can see that at this stage, when I have some whole part done, the bigger parts, the main shapes, I am actually using the pen tool. This is because yeah, I'm pretty sure of what I'm going to go forward with now. So trying to be a bit more refined with the pen tool is it's a bit more easier when you actually have something settled in mind. So go ahead and use your pen tool when you're sure what you want. Some side mirrors. Whoa, nothing that we want. So let's just try that again. Again, we'll try to keep this very rough to begin with, just some random shape. Highlight on top, of course. I mean, not completely, but you know, part of it, and part of it could have a bit of highlight because it's facing the top. Let's face it, the light more likely comes from the top. So from here, you can just go ahead and make a darker spot for it. Anyway, it's not perfect right now, but let's just leave it for now, and just move along to the rest of the design or the render, whatever. We'll be using a bit more of the pen tool in a moment. We have an intake here. Let's just give it some nice little detail with the help of our friend the lasso tool. This is something I really like to use in Photoshop. The lasso tool is one of my favorite tool. A lot of people will say, yeah, the pen tool is much better. Yes, when it comes to being refined, but when it comes to exploring, that's what I mean. It's not to be confused. It's not to be like it's not supposed to be a choice of selection tool between the lasso tool and the pen tool. I think they can both work in amazing ways, but when it comes to selecting quickly to create shapes, to explore, the lasso tool is boss. When it comes to a very precise selection and very neat, of course the pen tool is much better, so then we use it. You can see now we are still swapping from our soft brushes and hard brushes. Some highlights. Again, remember to keep adding some layers. I'm really sorry to be a bit slow at explaining. I'm just trying to wrap it up quickly. You can see that we have a minor problem with the wheel here and the wheel at the back. This is not a big problem right now because we will go ahead and fix all of these in a moment. I will just give a quick tip, but you know, it's gotta wait. It will wait until we are almost done with the whole design of the car, and when we'll be able to actually merge everything together. So from here, adding some more details is quite unnecessary, but sometimes it helps. Let's just go ahead and add some little bit that can be helpful. For example, here the pen tool is quite useful to be able to make some quick lines around. I really like to do it, it's pretty easy. I guess we'll be able to merge the design because I'm looking at the whole thing, and it's pretty much safe for me to merge the whole thing together. So we'll just go ahead and do that, and we'll fix the rear wheel. Not really sure about the headlights at this stage, looks a bit weird, but we will fix it. So let's just go ahead and merge everything. Let's keep a backup of both, just in case. And let's just go to the liquify tool. This is very helpful. You just use your liquify tool. It's not the very best, but it sure does help. We'll be fixing the whole perspective angle of the car from here. So So to make it slightly better, you know, we might need to do it a couple of times to just see how we're improving. The rear end of the car is a bit weird as well, so that is adding up to the you know, weird shape of the wheel. So we will be fixing this now. Let's just take our hard brush again, the white, and let's just add a new layer. Maybe it needs to be a bit more like longer overhang. Let's just have a look and see. Let's just check and see how it works. I could easily use my smudge tool when I make a quick selection. That looks weird. It's not working. So let's just go ahead and make a new layer here again, and let's just play with the shape. Got an idea here, so maybe we'll just follow a bit of a line here. Why not? Sometimes it gets a bit hopeless, so let's just go ahead and get our center line. This is something that usually you can face if you don't do any construction lines. I didn't want to do any construction line this time because like I said, I really wanted to keep everything quick. So but there's always a fix for everything, so just be patient and you will obviously eventually fix it. We're still exploring a bit on the rear, so you know it always works. Maybe we should get rid of this and let's just use our smudge tool just to, you know, push it back quickly. So that's looking already better. So that's a tool for the win. So we get to use our selection to make some refining here. That's a second vent that we have here, by the way, and we will replicate it roughly here. Remember that everything follows to your vanishing point. Right now it's virtual to me because I have an idea where it is, so it's not really that important for me to put it on, but I guess I should be putting it just in case to show you guys how it works. So let me just give me a moment and I'll put it back on. So this was supposed to be the vanishing point here. Let's just put some reds. Now remember that it's not really perfect just a rough one, but you know. This is basically what we have as vanishing point on this. So of course it just keeps going on, so just to get an idea. I will try to cover something a bit more in depth before later on, something more accurate when it comes to these vanishing point, when it comes to these you know, when it comes to this vanishing point and perspective and everything. But that's more like drawing tutorials, which yeah, I will be doing this. I'm not the very best at it, but I try my best, and it really works in whatever I do. So here we have the main shape done, and from here we can just go ahead and refine everything. So maybe we should just not do everything in one video. Maybe I should do this one in a second video. Part 2 maybe? How to refine this, and you know. Perhaps. So I guess we will be wrapping this one up, and we will be moving on to something else. Maybe not. So, one more thing that I would like to do is set up some sketch lines on top, because might need it now. Remember that everything follows the vanishing point. This needs some correction as well on this side. Very easy to fix. Very easy to fix, so we'll just go ahead and add our line here, because we need this a bit deeper than the rest of the car, because it's a mid-engine apparently, so you know. Soft brush and give some depth to it. Not sure about this part, but let's just give it a shot. Never hurts to try, huh? So this is something quite random, but it works. Let's leave it like this for now, and we will be adding some more details. Let's just try to make a part 2. I know I said before that I will not be making part 2, part 3 of videos and stuff, but maybe we can just, you know, give it a shot. I don't want to make too long videos. Been having quite some trouble with editing when it comes to too long tutorials. I'm not really sure, maybe it's the software I'm using, so we will try to keep it short. There you go. So here we have something a bit kind of edgy, kind of futuristic design. Add it into the tail light here at the back. Again, this is nothing really. This is nothing really specific when it comes to the design of the car. It's just randomly, very randomly sketched with no reference actually. Just kind of thinking in my mind what can work with this design. So we have something pretty cool. Alright, so I guess we will just wrap up with this video, and we have a basic basic render here, and I want you guys to tell me if you have some questions, and I also would like you to tell me what kind of finish you would like to see. Maybe I will listen, maybe I won't. You know, it's just a matter of doing something quick and try to cover up in a video to show you the process, explain a bit. So I will see what really fits the best, what really works better when it comes to finishing this video as a tutorial, finishing this rendering, this whole design of the car. Perhaps we will do a realistic finish, perhaps not. It's not always necessary when it comes to sketching a car. If you want to achieve very high-end realistic renders, it does take a lot of time, a lot of practice. I did quite some as time-lapse on this channel. For example, there's the NSX. There's also a Ferrari that I did. Just make sure you check them out. So I guess we can call this one done, and we move on to the next part of this rendering on the next video. Perhaps on the not on the very next video, because as I'm trying to keep everything very active these days, I'm trying to do a lot of different kind of videos. I'm not just trying to I will not try to wait for this video to come as a part 2 to be able to release new videos, else we would just like behind and we'll be waiting for a month again. So I'm pretty sure no one wants this. So let's just get back to this a bit later on. If you have questions, just leave it in the comments below. If you have some suggestions, like I say, I'm not the very best at this, so if you want to collaborate, if you want to input your ideas, your tips, anything that you think that we can do, go ahead and just share it with me in the comments below, and we will proceed and we'll continue and consider every correction, every single thing that you guys mention. If it's worth it, if it's cool, we'll just go ahead and do it. So once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this can teach you something. If you do go ahead and sketch something on your own after this video, please share it with me, and you can share it on my Facebook, which is better for me because I'm checking there a bit more often, or maybe even every day. So just share it with me there on my Facebook, and I will make sure I check it and get back to you with some feedback if I can. But if I don't, please do not hate me, because I really have a lot going on these days. I have a lot of work, yet I'm trying my best to keep the channel active anyway. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you the next time. Goodbye.